Hello, Samadan. Are you ready for a new adventure? We are going to go and visit the Dragon Isles. It's here at last. But first, what we're going to do is have a look at our other characters and make sure that they've got rested XP so that when we do come to them, that they'll be all ready for their adventures. Hello, Shadowdan. I see you're all ready to start your journey over here in Stormwind. You are already level 60. We don't really have a great deal in terms of item level, 222, but a full set of reasonable gear will get us on our adventures quite happily. But we're going to leave you for now. We just want to make sure that your XP and your rested XP starts building up whilst we carry on with Samadan. Now, Shadowdan is going to be our first main profession character, looking at probably tailoring and leatherworking, I would expect. But we'll come back to you later once we've got ourselves all set up with Dragon Isles. So enjoy your rest. We'll be back as soon as we can. Hello, Samadan. You look like you've been having fun. Your attire looks like it's a real mix of lots of different expansions and eras. What have you been up to lately? Well, we can see you're level 53. Almost made it to level 60 before the expansion released, but we still have our enlisted bonus, don't have the anniversary bonus, so probably won't take us too long to get up to level 60. That will be the third priority though, after we've looked at Samadan and Shadowdan. Now in terms of what you're doing, you've been going over and doing all various quest lines. We did Darkshire, we did Elwyn Forest, and now we're over here in Westfall. I chose these areas to level up in because they're really familiar with me. They're kind of like my comfort zones. Over the past 18 years, these have been where I've leveled any characters that I've started, so it's all very familiar to me. And I've got Zygor here that just literally runs me through them really quickly. It's not necessary, but it just allows me to relax and enjoy the journey. And even so, these last few levels I'm sure are not going to take too long. But for the moment, Samadan, we'll let you just rest up here in the inn in Westfall, and we'll have another look at you once we've got our other characters all ready and set up with professions. In terms of professions for Samadan, probably going to pick up another two, maybe thinking something like blacksmithing and jewel crafting. That way we can get a good set of professions going, but we'll have a look at that in future episodes. For now, we'll leave you here resting up. Hello again, Samadan. You're ready for your adventure? Let's just do a few minute flight checks before we get started. Now, I notice you've still got war mode on. That's not the kind of game we like to play, so we're going to turn that one off for a start. Got a couple of talent points here. We'll just go with the starter build for a Guardian Druid. Not really too concerned about things here. We're just going to click what's suggested. We can look into what's optimal maybe a bit later, but for now I'm happy to go with just the standard builds. Not really my area of expertise, to be honest. We do have Hakili, which suggests rotations for us. That should be good to go for most of our combat. Now we have the quests, new adventure awaits. So we have Call to the Isles, we have a new adventure awaits. Let's grab that. Welcome to the back to the present. Oh, that was the Chromie time. We'll just finish that one. Another 1000 XP. It's currently 8:10 EU time, which means server time it's just past midnight. So the launch has been going for a few hours now, so hopefully it won't be quite so hectic when we get to the Dragon Isles. Of course, time will tell. Now in terms of other add-ons we do have Zygor on. I want to make sure that if I do use this, that we're going to use it sparingly, because this is my first run through. I don't want to be skipping anything. So I'm going to turn off auto accept and turn in quests. Automatically selling things is good. We don't definitely want to auto skip cutscenes, and maybe we do want to auto repair with my own money only. So just a few checks just in case. There probably is a guide for the starting area, but I'm not going to load it up or anything. I'm just going to keep it off for now. So we'll just turn the window off for now, so we've got a nice clear view of everything that's going on. I've got my own custom layout of all my buttons here, which should, for the most part, keep me going quite happily. Okay, how are my bags looking? That's looking pretty empty. I do have Addy Bags add-on. It wasn't working earlier. Let me just make sure I've turned that on. Again, using my add-on sparingly because we are very early in the expansion here. We don't want to have too many things that are breaking. I'll turn buy them all on. That's quite a good one. Dejunk. There's a lot here we don't really need on. Gathermate we'll need. And now Handy Notes is going to be very useful for collecting the glyphs later. I don't have the actual glyph extra bit for that, so I'm going to turn that on and go and get myself the Handy Notes glyphs, which I'm using the CurseForge client to get myself all my add-ons. And we'll have a look for our WoW add-ons, and let's have a look for Dragon Glyphs, and we want Handy Notes. We also have got Tomcat's Tours, there's another option there, but I'm going to install this one as well. Might as well have most on. And this is, what's this one? Dragonflight's Treasures and Rares. That might be quite useful. Let's go and pop that one on as well, just so we can see things. It's probably going to clutter our map up, that with Gathermate and everything else. I wonder if there's an update on Gathermate. Gathermate data. This maybe has updated with Shadowlands. They're probably not going to be updated with Dragon Isles just yet. We'll keep that as it is for now. We'll just see how we get on with our herb gathering and everything like that. Okay. Back to everything here. Handy Notes. So let's just reload the UI so we can get the Dragon Isle glyph sorted out. Okay, so there we go. We've got the Dragonflight treasures and the glyphs. Light mount we want. Routes, saved instances. Titan panel, which is our panel up here at the top, with our extra bits for monkey speed, token price, and bag appraiser. Venture plan and missions, we don't need that anymore. And TLDR missions, we don't need anymore. Weak auras we could probably use. I don't tend to have a lot of them myself, so I'm going to leave that off. Worth It is useful for our gathering, although our data is going to be incredibly fresh and new. TSM, of course, absolutely going to have that on. Not that we're going to use it a huge amount at this point, probably just for tooltip information, but we will be using Tradeskill Master and setting it up for professions in due course, so don't worry about that. That's what this series is about. We're going to be setting up for gold making. And then everything else we don't really need here, so let's just one last reload and ready for Dragon Isles. So in this episode it's going to be more of a let's play, let's experience this for the first time kind of episode. I'll see how far I get before I have to start work, and then we'll continue this adventure at another point. So off we go. Our bags are looking nice and empty. Got 138 spaces spare. A little bit there we could probably sell and get rid of. I don't know how chaotic it's been at the beginning of this expansion. I've heard people not being able to get hold of the boat. But let's have a look. Okay. Toddy Whiskers, what do we have? Let's get underway. Complete quest. Ride the rugged dragon scale to the Dragon Isles from Stormwind Harbour. There we go. Oh, straight away. There's only a few people around here at this time of night. So off we go onto our adventure. Hello everyone. Let's go on up to the prow. Let's have a look from here. We can see off to the left, or rather see off to the port a little bit, but the sails obscures our view to the starboard. And off we go. Come on, Pathfinder Jeb and Toddy Whiskers. And here we go. Off to the Dragon Isles. Almost. And there goes the last bit. Fantastic. Here we go. Now, I have played the beta and the alpha, so some of this area is familiar to me. I've done the beginning quest to take me all the way up to the unlocking of dragon riding. But we've got graphics set to 10. Let's just go have a look. Okay, we're on the lookout. Fantastic. Now we can have a proper look at everything as we go around. I believe that must be Valdraken over there. We'll have a look in soon enough. That must be the Horde's docking area. Right, I didn't actually read any of those quests. I just accepted all of them. Let's see how my combat does, because I think at item level 99 I'm going to be in a terrible disadvantage. Let's hope we get some friends that we can tag with. We're a little slow by comparison, certainly. Now there are nodes here, we could keep an eye out, but I'm just going to stick with people for the moment. Now next up is over there, Dragon Supplies, let's click that. Let's have a look, there's a mining node down here. What's our first thing? Requires Dragon Isles mining, so we can't even mine this at this point. That's interesting. Okay, let's carry on. Where are our friends? Because I think I'm going to have to just run through and hope for the best. Get to the other side, and then we can shadow meld our way out of this. Down here. Oh yes, that's what I remember. Oh, fell down. Ouch. I wonder how many people did that. There we go. And now we still need to kill a few things. Now I'm going to cheat a little and see if I can find any other players, of which they seem to have all run away, so we'll have to work this out ourselves. Let's try our tanking abilities. Hikili obviously helping me with my rotations. That's not too bad actually for the moment. Okay, we've got the scales. Let's go with the other bits we need. Obviously a lot slower than everybody else, but we get the job done. We only have another 4 of those to do. So let's carry on round. Can we take 2 at once? Time will tell. Oh, this could be dangerous. We've got some extras on now. Well, that actually wasn't too bad in the end at all. So far so good at least. There we go. Fantastic. Right, okay, we need to handle this lot in. Let's take our travel form and run up to the top. Okay, we've got first faction unlock, Dragonscale Expedition. This is going to be useful for unlocking various aspects of our renown system that we have here. Now those are the main quest lines. Now over here we do have our first profession hub, which is great for getting started because we need to have a look at unlocking our herbalism and mining, which we have. These are all the escorts. The herbalism one must be over here somewhere. Blacksmithing trainer. Let's look for someone who's probably, this is going to be, well, here's the innkeeper. Alchemy, inscription, and cooking. I'm not going to make this the home for myself just yet. Here we go. Here's herbalism. Here we go. Dragonflight's herbalism. Let's train that. New recipe, Hockenbloom, one of the early herbs. And mining was over here. I'm pretty sure there's blacksmithing, there's mining. Train me in mining, Dragonflight's mining. Now these professions are obviously have a lot more to them. Let's get our profession windows up so we can have a look in a little bit more detail. So we've got new icons, so let's pop the herbalism journal down here and our mining journal down here because these are going to be useful. Cooking and fishing. Fishing could be useful because that's useful with one of the factions. And cooking may also be useful. I don't know, I might as well pick it up whilst I'm here. Dragonflight's cooking, complete that one, and teach me how to cook. Dragonflight's cooking, we'll learn that. And then we've got some things to go along with this. Now fishing, there's probably one down near the coast, is what I would expect. No, that's not where we want to go. Let's go check by the herbalism. Maybe it's over here. No, not there. Let's try /tar fish. Nothing comes up there. And if we look down here, we have mining trainer, herbalism trainer on our map, but nothing else there. Okay, so we'll just leave that for now. But looking at our main professions, mining. So, Dragonflight's mining, 1 of 100. We have section 1, Ceravite deposit. Ceravite's most common ore found in the Dragonflight. So it's found in mountainous regions and near water. Primary difficulty, we have our equipment that we could possibly learn here, but we haven't got an auction house to find any of those yet. We've got unlearned tabs in here on refined draconium, casgorite and ceravite, and then we've got extra things here. We have our specializations, which we'll get to once we get to level 25. And then on the herbing side of things, we've got the Hockenbloom. We also have Dream Bloom and Infused Pollen. We'll just keep on following around and learning these as we go. But for now, we'll just take what we've got. Let's do our questline bits that we need to do. Here's our Dragonscale Expedition. There are certain points in this. Once we get up to, I believe it's 10, then our Sailing with Dragonscale Expedition allows other characters on this count to gain 100% additional reputation. And then again at 20, I believe it is, then this takes us all the way up to rank 20, very easily for our alts. So it makes sense, really, to focus on one character, get the main things unlocked, and then come back to your alts. Name, Samadan. Today's date. You tell me I don't read quests. That's me, definitely. Let's pick up this flight point. Right, that's this area done. Let's go down to our next area. I only have half an idea as to what's going on. I'm kind of rushing through it because I'm kind of excited just to keep on playing. Sorry, World of Warcraft quest writers. I tend to skip over a lot through my own excitement, which is probably why I don't understand the story half the time. Oh, this is nice, our little summary of where we are at the moment. Dragonflight's Expedition we have. Here comes the dragons. So we are here. We have basically all these glyphs marked on the map, various other treasures and things here. We can look at those later. The main things we want to pick up is going to be the glyphs once we've unlocked dragon riding. It does look like we have a few quests that we don't really need, like let's take this one. Let's get rid of those. There we go, that's cleared things out somewhat. Let's continue. We have our first herb coming up here. Let's go grab that. Okay, Titan Touch, Saxifrage and Saxifrage. But this is quality 1. The quality system is now in effect, which means there's 3 levels of quality with herbs and ores. We've also got some rousing order into an awakened order. We will at some point get ourselves a reagent bag as well, which I will use to put all my herbs and things in. And things also stack up to 1000, which will help storage no less. However, having 3 different levels of quality does make that slightly more difficult. Right, let's see how we get on with actual combat here. This could be tricky. This will be our first real test, I think. I suspect it's just going to take me a long time to kill things, but I should be okay on the whole. Well, let's go join in because someone else is doing it very, very quickly by comparison. I'm definitely not as well equipped as they are, that's for sure. Okay, took a little while, but we got there. Let's get ourselves out of here nice and easily. There was some more Saxifrage over there, which we've missed. Again, it is really beautiful. We're going to see this mainly at night time due to the time differences, but it is a lovely, lovely place to explore and just enjoy the visuals. Okay, our first upgrade of gear, that's going to be very useful. Definitely lacking in equipment. Okay, next up is over here. Extra bonus objectives we could possibly do, but for now I'm just going to run through. Let's put Prowl onto C for cat form, and then we can just work our way through this and get to the bits we need to first and foremost. Okay, looks like we need to kill this one. Let's start with this. There we go. It takes a long time, but we get there. Okay, that's a big upgrade to our weapons. We'll grab that. Okay, we have a mining node here of Draconium. So we get Artisan's Metal times 3, Casgarite Ore, which is a blue one, currently at 194 gold, and Draconium Ore, currently at 199 gold, and some Dragonflight's Mining Knowledge, which is fantastic. This is what we'll get for our specializations. We'll save those for later though. There we go, got some Blazing Essence, which is a trinket, okay. Which is much, much better than what I have already. That's going to be the common theme here, certainly. Let's carry on, we're almost done with this area. There's another ore over here. This is Ceravite ore. Okay, mining up to 3. We have Ceravite, quality 1 times 2, and a salt deposit. Okay, 37 gold at the moment. This is obviously early expansion prices. I expect them to be a lot cheaper very, very quickly. Right, how many do we need? Let's take these 2 at once. And that will be us done. Let's bring them together. And we've got a nice neck upgrade as well. Carry the egg to safety. Okay, that's going to take a while. Let's just run. And off we are to see the Queen. So this is a taste of dragon riding before you actually do it. Fantastic way to get around the world here. This is what Dragonflight is all about. Absolutely just soaring around the world, taking in all the scenery. Absolutely fantastic. There's a flight point there that we'll need. Okay, this is our first major thing here, dragon riding.
You may come to understand our calling.
This will open up all our mobility around the realm. So we'll do the intro quests first, and then get ourselves all set up, ready for the next chapter. We might as well pick up the flight points, even though that's secondary. Let's have a look at dragon riding. Here we go, renewed Proto-Drake and new friend. Let's move this around a little bit, so we'll get our mounts, renewed Proto-Drake, and we'll pop this down under F for flying, and Mangle can go over onto there. We don't need 2 shadow melds. There we go. Off we go. And we are level 61 as well. These are all fairly easy, just to get the hang of the art of dragon riding. I have done this once already during beta, so fairly easy just to run through this once. It really is fun just flying around. Quick double tap and you are mobile again. So we could go through and do all the customizing and things like that, but I'm going to do that for another time. The basics here is really quick double tap to get going and go to your next location. Now this is the important part, the dragon glyphs. This is what we want to unlock next. Just have to fly through them a little clumsily, but that's the way you do it. And here is what we want to unlock. All of this all the way down to here as much as possible. So we'll learn this first one with our first glyph. So this is a little bit extra side quest, go and do all the tours and things like that. This is the point at which we can now have a look at our map. These are the glyphs that we want to go through and collect. They are over on each of the zones. We want to work our way through each of these. Early on it's going to be difficult to unlock these because we haven't unlocked the full tree. So that's the first part of our journey. We've unlocked mining, we've unlocked herbalism, we've got the dragon riding unlocked, which allows us mobility all around the Dragon Isles. A fantastic start to our early questing here. So next time we're going to go through, collect up all the glyphs and get ourselves all set up for flying around and then carrying on the quest campaign and taking ourselves up to 70 whilst discovering all the different herbs, ores and things we can do with herbalism and mining. But sadly that's all I have the time for the moment. Until next time, Samadan, we'll see you very soon.